So you guys have been on tour probably most of this year for Divisionary. How has that been? At bigger shows than you've played in the past?
Some of them. Yeah, we're at this like kind of hit and miss stage. Sometimes it's like really awesome, like big and great, and then you probably have this said a lot about you, but there's a golf cart right behind you. It's another day in the life.
Waiting for the T-Rex to come out, chasing them.
But so some of the shows are really great, like out of town shows, and then some of them are, not so great. It's hard to know.
Yeah, because I saw you at South by Southwest at you're playing the pizza place like in the backyard,
right.
And there was just a huge crowd for that.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to see.
Yeah, that was great. That was a really, really good time. We have a really good picture from that we took from stage. Every time I see it, I smile.
Yeah.
It was a fun day.
What's been your favorite thing that you've gotten to see so far this year?
In terms of touring?
Yeah.
Newport Folk Festival was pretty cool. It was kind of a dream come true for us. So, I have to say Pickathon's a little cooler, but the prestige of that festival and just the lineup.
History and the tradition, I think, of that festival is something that Pickathon, only being around for 10 years, maybe, obviously.
In 50 years,
that's not saying anything, against me, but yeah, it definitely was a very epic, awesome, almost tear-jerking at times experience.
Everyone sings in the band, so is there a lot of tea drinking? Trying to keep your pipes clear. What do you guys do?
Yeah. Like when we open the van doors, like kombucha bottles fall out, like tea bags and stuff, as opposed to like Pabst cans and stuff. I mean, it's pretty embarrassing. I mean, to the extent to but like in a good way. I'm not actually embarrassed, but there's a lot of throat coat tea. That's actually on a rider.
Oh, really?
Not that we ever get our rider, but if we did, we would get that.
There's good stuff being done everywhere, but I think Portland just has this kind of.
It's very concentrated, it's a small town, so per capita too. It's kind of strange how many bands and artists in general there are for a town of this size, and I don't really know why that worked out. I always knew it made sense to me. I grew up in Seattle. I moved down here 15 years ago. So I mean, like the Northwest in general has always made sense to me, and apparently it does to a lot of other musician types. People say it's the rainy season in the basements. It's almost a cliche. I wouldn't know because I grew up in the Northwest, so it's just like, to me, it's just like I spend the amount of time I spend making music I always have,
Sure.
I wouldn't know what it's like to live in a climate that's always sunny. I can't even
Who knows? We'd be in ska bands.
You probably would. You'd be in a pop punk band.
Yeah, totally.
And we'd be wealthy. And
yeah, totally. All right,
we'd be doing this in our swimming pool.
As a band that has gotten to go out and be on the road and tour nationally, do you have advice for some younger bands in town trying to make it out like that?
Save your money. Don't do drugs.
Stay in school.
Practice real hard.
Yeah. No, I mean, the only advice that I would give, if anybody would ever listen to me, and I don't know why they would, but is more sort of a general thing. If this is what you love and if this is what you're doing, then go balls out. Do it. And that means just putting yourself on the line, and that. So on those days, and there will be many when you have your existential crises, I mean, the thing that's going to pull you through always is knowing that, regardless of the fact that there were 3 people at your show last night and that you slept with your head in between a cat's food dish and a litter box, or a dead crow, as it were, these are all true stories. Regardless of these things, you will never truly wonder why you're doing what you're doing, because even on the darkest day, you will know that this is what you love, this is what you believe in, and that's why it makes sense today, and that's why it makes sense tomorrow.